Oh, that's what it looks like. Okay. Oh god, my heart rate. Okay. Oh my god, it scared the shit out of me for a second. This next one. Hold up. I need a sip of water. Let's do this. Come to me, Chisa. Yeah! We don't lose those. We do not lose those. Streamer luck. That's what I'm fucking talking about.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. So Tenz the other day was streaming in between his Valorant and playing some League of Legends. He was streaming Wuthering Waves, and towards the end of his stream, he was playing Wuthering Waves and trying out the characters. And he had a couple of things that he had to say. And if you guys saw the clip at the end, then yes, he did get himself a Chisa. He won his 50-50, which is pretty cool. Streamer luck, holy. But he had some things that he had to say about the game, and I'll just show you guys a couple of his reactions. But the thing is really interesting is over the last couple of months, I've started to see a lot of bigger content creators actually try out Wuthering Waves, and a lot of them, I think, enjoy the game. And here's the thing. I think it speaks volumes to the quality in which Kuro Games is putting out as far as for content wise or character design and animation. And it really goes to show how good of a game this game actually is, because we have players like Tenz, or even a really big content creator in the Elden Ring space, Let Me Solo Her. Also, even though it was a sponsored video, he also did say in his comment section that he also did on his own account go for Hiyuki and try to get a copy of her, but he also decided to actually learn the combat and do a no-hit run on the hardest version of a hologram fight. So that in and of itself, for someone who hasn't played the game, just again shows that like their interest in the game. And then obviously, if you guys haven't seen my most recent video covering over Asmongold's his thoughts on Wuthering Waves, then go ahead and check out that video either up top or at the end of this video. But with all of that being said, I really think it does just show how good of a game this actually is, especially when you have these bigger content creators who are willing to give the game a try and even spend their own money in this game, like how Tenz did. I was looking through his VOD, and he actually bought like $100 pack and spent some money to try and get himself a Chisa, which is really cool. And I think he's going to be playing for the Cyberpunk collab, which will be the next video. But I actually want to show you guys some of his reactions and then just his thoughts about the game kind of towards the end, and then I'll talk to you guys about my thoughts on his thoughts. All right, so let's get into the first clip.
Oh. Whoa, wait, hold on. That was a crazy foot angle. That is some of the sickest shit I've ever seen in my entire existence.
Okay, so his reaction is so good. But yeah, I mean, like, guys, again, the combat and just like the animations are so cool. I mean, yeah, sure, the holy foot, but like, dude, the animations in this game are honestly like so astounding. And even just the clip of Cardathea when she's using her ult, I think it's like way more impressive, especially when you're out in the world and you can see that line go for like across the map, like it goes really far. So I think there's like to add on to that as well, and it's like you only see her ultimate with inside of that like test area, but to see it like in the open world is even more impressive, because that line goes for God knows across like most of the maps in like most of the zones in the game. So that's also pretty impressive. But here's the last one that I wanted to show you guys, which is really more of his thoughts about the game. So here it is.
I think this is probably my most like fun one, in my personal opinion. Like the combat feel is disgustingly good. The combat feel is actually disgustingly good. I think like the Genshin combat, I do feel like it's like I press EQ, maybe one heavy, and then switch to the next character, and then do like EQ heavy, and then switch to the next character. You can just like do that rotation over and over. But this one was like, dude, I don't know. The fact that my character almost kills itself when I do the combo wrong, pretty fire. It's actually so fire. I think this is probably...
Now, his thing about the rotations is pretty funny, but I mean, what he's talking about as far as for the quality of the combat and how it feels, he's not wrong. If you're just compare Genshin to Wuthering Waves, again, I would have to agree with him that I do think the combat, as far as for the fluidity and how smooth everything goes, as far as for the combat, is like really high quality as far as for like what Wuthering Waves is putting out. And for him to, even though he doesn't have a ton of hours in this game, but for him to just initially hop into the game and be like, wow, like this is really, really good. And I know that Tenz has played Genshin because way back like 6 years ago or however long it was when Valorant very, very, very first came out, especially during the closed beta, I was watching Tenz and he actually got a sponsored stream to play Genshin Impact. So he's sponsored to play that game, and he did play it for a little bit, but the fact that like this Valorant, or he was playing Wuthering Waves in between like waiting for matches in Valorant, he's not sponsored to play this game. So the fact that he's just playing it of his own volition and has these positive things to say about this game also is like speaks a little bit more volumes, because he's also not paid to say that, right? He's not doing this for a sponsored segment or a part of the stream. Like I was literally going through his VOD and he's playing through the beginning parts of the story of Wuthering Waves in between matches. So he's literally playing the game in between games. So if it was a sponsored stream, he probably wouldn't be doing that. It'd be like a dedicated stream for playing Wuthering Waves. But I do think that it is pretty cool that he's willing to give the game a fair shot, and that he's giving it such high praise. You know, and he could be playing literally any other gacha game. He could be playing NTE, he could be playing Arcanine's Infield, he could be playing ZZZ. I mean, there's so many other like pretty high quality gacha games that I would say in the space. Like I think NTE is also a pretty good high quality game, and the fact that he decided to try out Wuthering Waves out of all games, and yeah, sure, there is a collab that's coming, but the fact that he's willing to actually like hop on and play this game of his own volition without being sponsored, also I think just speaks volume to how good this game is. And again, like I kind of mentioned at the beginning of this video, you have content creators like Let Me Solo Her, who are like is a massive content creator in the Elden Ring space. Like this guy has pulled millions of views on his Elden Ring content, and as of recently, yes, you know, like Elden Ring is not as poppin' as it used to be on its launch, but even still, the fact that he's getting even like a year or so, like yes, sure, this one got himself a lot of views, but you know, 180, this one was a big one, but like, you know, around like in the 200,000s, and then this one WuWa video comes out and just cracks the 125k or 24k, and you know, that's doing pretty well with some of this person's other content. And I just, again, just to kind of drive the point home again, going back to Tenz, is that if you have someone like Let Me Solo Her, who is playing this game that is sponsored, but is taking the time to actually learn the combat mechanics and do a hologram fight, which is, let's just be honest, is more of the harder combat in Wuthering Waves. So to do the highest level difficulty of a hologram fight, no hit run, with pretty much like no HUD or anything, and just doing it for the cinematic is like insanely impressive. So somebody even like Let Me Solo Her hopping onto this game and playing this game, and then also somebody like Tenz hopping on and playing this game and having such positive things to say, I think also just again shows and goes to prove how good of a game Wuthering Waves is. Now, I know I glazed the heck out of Wuthering Waves in this video, but I still have to address the Cyberpunk collab, which if you guys want to hear my thoughts about that, it will be in the next video, or it'll be somewhere pinned here at the end of this video. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video.